Welcome to the Spiritual Wellness Center. I'm so glad you are here. But before we begin to talk about spiritual awakening, intuition, signs, dreams, energy, or anything you may be searching for, I want you to take a deep breath in and know you are safe here. There's nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to understand immediately, and nothing you need to become. You can simply arrive exactly as you are. Because if you found your way to this space, there's a good chance life feels a little different right now. Maybe you're questioning things you never questioned before. Maybe you're noticing things that don't seem to make sense. Maybe you're feeling emotions more deeply. Maybe you're outgrowing relationships, habits, or ways of thinking that once felt comfortable. Maybe right now you're feeling lost, confused, or uncertain. And maybe you're carrying those feelings quietly because you don't know how to explain them to the people around you. If that's where you are right now, I want you to know you're not alone. One of the most common questions people ask during periods of growth is, what is happening to me? Why am I feeling this way? And it's a fair question because personal transformation rarely arrives with instruction books or hand guides or a manual. We just go with the flow. Nobody sits down with us and explain why our emotions suddenly feel stronger, why our priorities begin to change, why things that once felt important no longer feel meaningful, or why we suddenly feel called to learn more about ourselves. Sometimes growth arrives quietly. It arrives through challenges, it arrives through loss, and sometimes it arrives through feelings we can't quite explain. A feeling that says, there has to be more, there's something missing within my life. Many people describe this period as a spiritual awakening. But I want to offer a gentle perspective. A spiritual awakening doesn't necessarily mean you're becoming someone new. It often means you're becoming more aware of who you always been, more aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and your needs, more aware of parts of yourself that has been waiting for your attention. And awareness can feel uncomfortable before it feels empowering. Take a nice long look at our life, our habits, our relationships, at the stories we've been carrying. And that's not always easy, is it? But if you feel confused, that's okay. If you feel uncertain, that's okay. If you're excited one day and overwhelmed the next, that's okay too. Because beautiful souls, growth isn't linear. Healing isn't linear. And self discovery is certainly isn't linear. You don't have to get everything right. You don't have to rush. And you don't have to compare your journey to anyone else. You are allowed to learn at your own pace. This is why I created the Spiritual Wellness Center, not to tell you what to believe or not to convince you of anything, and certainly not to create fear. This space exists to support you as you begin your learning journey to understand yourself more deeply. We're going to explore all topics that will help you trust yourself. It will help you understand your emotions, how to recognize intuition, how to stay grounded, how to navigate uncertainty, and how to build a relationship with the wisdom already living inside of you, because that wisdom is already there. We simply have to listen and learn. Before we finish today, I want to invite you to some things that I will be doing with you during this journey. If you can, just download the worksheets provided, and I will give you the flow chart of what we are going to do for today. Page 3, 30-day inner stability map. This is going to help us stay on track within the 30-day process. And we are going to learn within this time frame. The next page, we are also going to check in with our nervous system and we're doing an emotional check-in. When you have the time, feel free to take the moment and scan yourself and see how are you feeling during this time. And that is on page 4. Page 5, understanding what you are experiencing. Now, this is something I put together so you can read at your leisure so that you have the understanding of what's going on within you. Page 6, awareness change the way you experience life. Again, more reading material. I want you to get into this beautiful foundation. Again, you are learning at your pace, and I don't want to overflow your nervous system because then you will get into defense mode and then you won't do the activities. So, this is how we're going to do this together. Page 7, awareness change the way you experience life, and it's okay. Take the opportunity to look at what is given and then journal. Journal is the most important application during this time. You have to journal what you are feeling so that you have the inner and understanding of what you are feeling during this time. And again, for our wellness, write it down without judgment. Okay, I have an extra journal page you can download and copy. And also page 10, weekly observation log. You take ownership by telling yourself what's happened. How did it make me feel? What did I learn about myself? While we're having this moment, you are writing down the feelings, the emotions, what comes to your mind, what ability that you feel is giving you this help. And finally, page 11, action steps that you can practice. Number 1, we have to build the relationship with your nervous system. Pause and slow down. Take 3 counts. Hold for 6. Exhale for 9 and do that 3 times until you feel relaxed. The next action step is asking you this question. What have I been noticing about myself lately? And again, no answer is wrong or right. Just simply write down what comes to your mind and analyze it. And again, record your feelings and then keep in journal so that this will give you more understanding. And if you feel that you need some extra help, you can DM me, send me an email, or when we have our moments, put it down in the comment questions, and I will try my best to get back to each and every one of you. So I don't want to overflow the emotions and get your nervous system in a uproar. So take this opportunity to read the information and begin to see what are some of the things that you are feeling right now after hearing this podcast episode. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.